The records are now open. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Let's play a little together, shall we? Welcome to Akashic Answers with Emily. If this is indeed the first time you are here, please say hello once you get here. You found yourself in a very sacred space. This is the Akashic Academy, and what you're about to experience today is a live interface with the Akashic Records. Now, I'm not going to officially open, maybe we will today, should we? Actually, I take that back. We're going to quickly open the records here together today. So you actually have that experience that I said, a visceral interface with your Akashic Records. We don't normally start this way because I like to keep this time available for questions, for bringing the transmissions through for whatever is alive in your life. And as you all know, I can get to talking on here. I can get to preaching. I can get to teaching. And I know you guys just want an experience. You want to dive into your records. You want to feel the power of this field. Humanity needs the power of this field right now. So normally I don't go through the process of opening the records, but today feels special. And it's also a powerful gateway. The guides are reminding me right now. We have the February 2nd gateway, 22 that opened up yesterday, and at least 2, and probably many more, and likely many of you out here as well. But I was going to share with you at least 2 of my Akashic Accelerator clients. Those are the clients that work with me and travel with me throughout the year. Foresaw this gateway 6 months ago and began to download the powerful opportunities that we would have to harness the energy of this, all this 2 energy. So we're going to do something special today, and we are going to open up the records. We're going to do it pretty quickly though. So I'm going to invite you all to get centered, take a few breaths. I'm going to do a little roll call and say hello to those of you who are saying hello to me. Hello, Belinda and Kim and Cindy and Julie and Amanda and Guillermo. How was that, by the way? Did anybody hear that? My pronunciation is not always excellent. Hi, Jacqueline. I'm glad you're here. And I definitely like to give it a shot. Sometimes when I'm cooking in the kitchen and I want to add a little cilantro, I'll call it cilantro. Even if nothing else I've said all evening was in any kind of a Spanish accent. Thank you, Guillermo. All right, let's dive into our Akashic Records together. I'm going to invite everybody to sit up nice and straight. Take a deep breath in. First deep breath creates space in your body. Pausing at the top of that breath, let the space integrate into your body. Release the breath. We're creating a morphic field together. Deep breath in. This next breath, call light to you. Imagine the light coming in from 360 degrees. As you pause, let that light integrate into the body. Good, relax. Third deep breath in. Call your consciousness back to this one moment, this one now moment. As you pause at the top of that breath, feel your consciousness centering. Hello, Laura. I'm glad to have you here. Good, release. Powerful. Also Akashic Records teacher and wisdom keeper in the house, Laura. So glad you're here. As you know, Laura, I don't normally open the records, but I don't know, felt aligned and special today, and here you are to help hold the space. So thank you. Hi, Anne, and hi, Kristen. All right, now that we've created that morphic field together, imagine dropping that crystalline tube of light that runs up and down the spine, anchor it down into the belly of Mother Earth. Kristen, last time I told you I had shocking, painful family estrangement. Cool. Thank you, Kristen, for sharing that. Deep breath in. Very beautiful. We're anchoring into the belly of Mother Earth. We're breathing right now to create a strong connection with Mother Earth. Whatever you're meant to get here today in this space, It's going to come through for you, just like what Kristen got to experience. Good. Focus now on connecting that crystalline tube of light up into the Akash, so you travel very quickly up through the layers of space and time, exiting the universe and the multiverse, anchoring into the Akash, or the ether, or the all that is. Ether is primordial energy. It's all recorded from a neutral perspective, unconditional love. I say recorded because a scientific characteristic of ether is that it records. Okay. Good. Everybody has this beautiful natural connection. If you have not trained with me in learning how to connect in with your Akashic records, we have that training available for everyone now. It's free, as a free offering. So if you want more of this in-depth training, if you have not gone through that, reach out to me. I'm going to make sure that you get it. Okay. All right. So we've activated our crystalline tube of light down into Mother Earth, up into the Akash. Drop the consciousness down into the heart space, and we're going to sound 5 sacred ohms. Okay. Each one of these ohms, as we're speaking, using our voice, and we are using our body, our vessel, to create the vibrational frequency of Om, you'll notice that when I pronounce Om, I'll stretch out all 5 of the vowel sounds. You don't have to do it that way. If you're like, oh, why is she doing it like that? That's silly. Do it your own way. I didn't always do it that way. I did just a plain Om for a long time. But now I really stretch out, because sound is the primordial creation tool, primordial creation energy. And the vowel sounds, if you can get all of them in there, the frequency of all of those vowel sounds contain all the frequencies that you need for not only creation, but also receiving and calling in the energies. The gratitude is in there too. Okay, so just quick little breakdown of why I stretch. Now you want to stretch it out too, don't you? All right, let's do it together. Drop down into that heart space. With this Om, I relax my body. With this Om, I relax my mind. With this Om, I release my ego. Turn your awareness inward and notice how the breathing, how the talking yourself and speaking these commandments and making the Oms is already changing your internal chemistry, your alchemistry. It's preparing you to do really deep work. Okay. With this Om, I call in the light. Light is intelligence. With this Om, I call in the light. Yes. With this Om, I open the Akashic Records of Emily Suzanne Harrison. You want to use your full name, as it carries the frequency of your soul forward and backward through time. And then we'll sound one final Om together. The records are now open. Welcome to your Akashic Records, everybody. And just to share, when I finish that Om, I do bring my tongue to the roof of my mouth, touching right behind my teeth, because there is circuitry there that closes the circuits for us, that allows us to just have a powerful circulation of dynamic, blissful, powerful, wise energy. Try conducting the energy and talking at the same time. All right, so let's dive in here together and experience the Akashic Records. So you are now all in the space of your records. In this space, you have access to all intelligence, forward, backward, frontward, sideways, always in time. Okay, time is not actually working linearly the way that we experience it. So you don't have past lives or future lives per se. You do have other aspects of your consciousness that are showing up in different dimensions, parallel lives, different grid points, all over the place, all in the now moment. Can be easier to look at that as past lives. Okay, but when we enter the Akashic Records, we have access to all that is going on all over space-time. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to begin asking questions now. Type your questions in the chat box. I'm going to ask that Spirit bring my awareness to questions to bring into our sacred container here on the air together that are going to serve the most of us working here in the collective. Okay? If I am answering a question that you didn't ask, but you're like, holy crap, this is resonating with me, you might notice pings in your body, movement in your body. Just notice. There's a variety of different subtle energies that might shift for you. Other than energy moving in the body, you might notice a swing in your emotions. You might even notice dings coming up in the background on whatever electronics you have open. Everything means something in this space. Okay? Everything is a clue to something else. So make sure that you are paying attention. And the messages, even though one person will invite forward a string of conversation, the message and the transmission that comes through is truly for all of us. Okay? All right, so I'm going to scroll and dive in here. Thank you all so much who are here right now with me. I love Akashic Answers with Emily and checking in, seeing what's going on out there. Okay. Ooh, Jacqueline, I love it. Are we able to heal ourselves? Yes, 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 yes. And in the 5D, or when we are collectively holding a frequency of peace, love, and joy, which is basically what the 5D is, there is not only the ability for each one of us to self-heal, but there's also abundance that is stable in society. Everybody experiences abundance and prosperity. Ooh, Kim, I'm drawn to your question next. Oh, you guys have such good questions in here. Kim, why am I afraid of success? So good. I'm going to leave my scroller right there so we can come back. But right now, we're diving into healing ourselves from Jacqueline. So yes, as we step in and we begin to harness and anchor the 5D, if you know about the 5D, please send some love, likes, hearts across the screen. For some of you, it may be a new terminology. Just to go over it very quickly, 5D is basically moving from the state of consciousness where we judge ourselves and others and experience the lack and the shadow and the duality that comes from that, versus coming from everything. I call it a baseline resonance of peace, love, and joy, where truly we eliminate a society based on competition and we build a society based on collaboration, which fundamentally changes so many things, but it opens up our ability to access the 5D, which is all around us right now. And I was just talking to one of my Akashic Alchemist clients who, again, these are my year-long clients that work with me all year and they travel with me. And we were having a very high-level conversation about the 5D and how the majority of the galaxy, 99% of the Milky Way galaxy is 5D. And actually the majority of the Earth is as well. But the 3D, or the matrix that we're experiencing, is a holographic projection. And we're all still plugged into it in certain. So is there no duality in 5D? Okay. Should I say there's no duality? Great question, Kristen. So is there no duality in 5D? What I'm getting right now is there is duality, because it's not that everything is the same or that we all come from the same perspective, but there is unique space and freedom for everyone to have their own experience without any kind of judgment. So there's still contrast, right? So we can learn through contrast, but we're not necessarily learning through duality where we are asleep in our shadow selves and waking up to our own consciousness. Let me know if that made sense, Kristen. All right, so healing ourselves. Yes, as we step into the 5D, we're able to step into healing just by allowing it. But we're still building these muscles of being able to observe the 3D all around us, with our thoughts. Not only is everything mental in nature and is created by thought, but we can also uncreate with our thought. And what we're being invited to do right now is to uncreate the mess we've created for ourselves with our collective consciousness. Because we, as a whole, since the fall of ancient Egypt, okay, the previous time was the fall of ancient Atlantis and Lemuria, when we all held a 5D frequency here on the planet, which meant we had access to our psychic abilities, our healing abilities, our gifts, the gift of influence, access to not only the records, but our extraterrestrial ancestors and higher levels and forms of technology. Okay, so ancient Egypt was the last time we experienced that. But since the fall of that society, we've had a rise of the wounded patriarchy, or the wounded masculine energy, that has thrown Earth out of balance, out of harmony. And all of the false belief systems that we've taken on as a result of operating under suppressed feminine and wounded masculine, we have created physical and emotional illness, which we must learn to heal ourselves from. So while I say, Jacqueline, yes, the 5D is all around us and we can just step into it and heal it. It's all around us. There's still individual work that each one of us need to do in order to heal. Mary said, I've done so much healing. Yeah, and sometimes it feels like we just heal and heal and heal and heal and heal. And damn, I already healed this. And I healed this one yesterday. Tired of healing this one. I keep working on it. We'll talk about that too. So once we first begin to notice, thank you, Marcy, that we have patterns that need healing. How do we notice? Well, because the patterns that have been playing out subconsciously have manifested either emotional or physical dis-ease, stuckness in our karma, in our patterns, in our life, okay? So we know that we've got to heal something. Thank you, Kelly. I'm glad that you're here. I love hanging out with you guys live. I love it when you guys tell me, too, that you're surprised and happy when you actually jump on live. But I know that experience. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, I want to watch her show. And I click it. I'm like, oh, shit, it's live. I'm in the live audience. Anybody having that experience? Send me some love. Send me some hearts if you have that. If you ever have that experience. Okay, back to healing. First time it comes around, we get really excited. We're like, oh, shit, I'm seeing some patterns about myself that I don't like here, and I'm going to start shifting and changing them. Yes, I healed myself. And then a month or 2 months or a year or whatever our cycle is, we come back around, and our issues are our issues, guys. We don't, trust me, it's not just one layer of healing that you do through any of your issues. You will cycle around. You will re-experience them from different perspectives. You might feel like you're re-experiencing it from the same perspective. But trust me, there is a difference every time we're experiencing it. Okay? And it's our job to figure out what the nuance, what the up level is that we're being invited into. How are we being invited to see this differently? Because even in the 5D, we're going to still, I mean, I think that we're going to learn through a lot of joy and pleasure, but it's fun to solve problems. And you feel like a genius. There's definitely going to be aspects of yourself that you still get to solve and still get to, we might not call it healing in the 5D. Okay, but the work always looks like something. So don't get frustrated if you feel like you are continually doing the work to heal different aspects of yourself, even if it's a part of yourself that you feel like you've already worked on. Okay. Normal. It happens. I want to go back to, let's see. Kim's question here, why am I afraid of success? All right, thank you for this question, Kim. Anybody else feel like they fear success? I had a success ceiling in my life for a while. Came from getting fired from Bold and the Beautiful, basically. And there were a lot of other pieces that were woven into that, as always, right? But it was, for me, what it looked like was, it was a job that I didn't ever really want to take in Hollywood. So I'd already compromised myself by taking the job. And then I tried to talk myself into the fact that being the lead on a great soap opera is really, or a lead, one of many, many leads. Y'all know how soap operas work. What do you mean? I don't want to. Come on. Okay. So one of many leads, but it was a lead role on the soap opera. So I tried to convince myself that I wanted that role, that would be good for me to take. Talk about some acting. All right. So as part of my acting, convincing myself, I send everybody back home in my small town who's all excited that I'm on the soap opera digest magazines. They knew before I did, before I was getting fired. It sucked. Sucked. Okay. So for me, once they finally ripped the Band-Aid off, because I felt it coming for a long time, and I hoped that it would be something different, that maybe the fans will start liking me and bringing me back on. No. Once the Band-Aid finally got ripped off and I finally got fired, I went to heal myself. Okay? I say heal myself because this is human nature, actually. This is cool. I'm seeing my own story for the first time in this way as I'm telling it. I went to heal myself, which at 26 years old, without the work, nearly the work that I've done now, without the knowledge, without the support, with feeling the massive amount of shame that I felt, my way of healing myself was suppressing that shit, putting a energetic success ceiling on my life, on my energy field, saying, if this is what success looks like, it hurts too bad, I don't want it. Okay? So Kim, I share this story to allow you to begin to flush your memory of where you had success and it didn't go the way that you wanted it to go. And see if you can find a success feeling. Who else has a issue with success? Feels like you might have a success ceiling somewhere in your life. If you don't have a specific story around your own success ceiling, look at your parents. Okay? Because we learn so many patterns from our parents or the authority figures that are in our lives when we are little, when we're growing up. Their feelings about success sculpt and mold us. Their experiences with success sculpt and mold us. Cool. Thank you guys for all of these really, really beautiful answers. I have a success ceiling, success block. Oh, I love you guys. Let her rip. Let's let it out. Hi, Denise. Yeah, it's getting better. Right on. I do as well. Thank you so much for all this vulnerability. All right, so let's bring through, hello, Jennifer McDonald. Let's bring through a transmission for dissolving the success feeling. Success ceiling. Mouthful. Chastity's here. Oh, I'm happy to see you too. Okay, Marcy, it may have to do with vulnerability. At every place that we can embrace vulnerability in our life, we're up-leveling a vibrational frequency. Just like gratitude. Hey, it's Mel in the house. Love it. Okay, so let me see what Spirit would like to bring through as something. Oh, good one. Okay, so remember how I talked about we can create with our thoughts and we can uncreate with our thoughts. Right? I want to show you all a mudra create a trident with the 3 fingers, okay? And then thumb is going to go over that last, over your last pinky. You only got 2. Thumb over each pinky, create that trident energy, okay? Spiritual destruction, okay? Wherever, oh, I love this. Thank you all for doing this. Hi, Mom. You are late to the party, but party doesn't start till you get here, Mom. Now I have to watch my mouth and not say any bad words. But have I said actually a single bad word today? I don't think I've said a single one. Okay. Spiritual destruction. This is incredibly important because all of these names that I'm seeing pop up on here, speaking and sharing with me, Jan, who's my mama, and Mel, and Denise, and Chastity, and Marcy, and Jennifer McDonald, and I'm scrolling back up and just seeing so many more of your names. I know you. I know that you are here to do the work and to be seen and to have success in your unique genius here on the planet. And if you've had any experience in this human lifetime or any other that is blocking your success, breathe now, activate that spiritual trident, that spiritual destruction, and just imagine that you're working with the etheric field. There's no right or wrong way to do this. That you're working with the etheric field. Give permission to your records, to your higher self, to clear all thoughts, all memories, all programs, all traumas, all emotions forward and backward through time that have inhibited your success, and just use the energy as spiritual destruction to delete it, to erase it from the records, forward and backward through time. And so it is. Keep breathing. Good job. That was a fun one. That felt powerful, like some lightning came through. Okay, do a little reset energy. Just I got my hands in prayer pose, running them up and down, creating a little friction up and down the center line. Flicking off that energy. Oh, did you see what I did? I flicked the corner of my table. I do not feel my fingers anymore. My cells are healing. My cells are healed. No, actually, it wasn't that bad. It's weird. I whacked it really hard and it doesn't hurt. Thank you. How's that for healing yourself? Okay. All right, let's dive in and grab one more question here. I think Sherry just has a comment. Did an energy healing on my sister, and she said she didn't feel any difference, but I knew better, but still felt deflated. I feel you. That's happened to me before. Okay. I've actually been, I have definitely been in a situation, God, I'm banging everything. All of a sudden I'm like a bull in a china closet. I've been in a situation before where I've given somebody what turned out to be a spot on reading. It was a complete 180 from where their life was at the point in time when I gave them the reading. And they looked at me and I had this clear as a bell vision. I was super excited about it. And I shared the vision, and my client said, yeah, I don't even, like stone face, I don't even resonate with that a little bit. And within 12 months, it's like a total timeline shift had happened in this person's life. And they were 100, I'm like, I saw that coming. Okay. The other thing I want to share is I've been in the receiving position before where things didn't make sense to me in the moment, but man, they made perfect sense. Okay, I'm going to finish with one quick story, and then I get to go have the afternoon with my mentors. I'm really excited. I love hanging out with mentors, genius people. I love it. All right, so let me not forget my story. This was probably maybe 2012, 2013-ish, somewhere in that time frame. It could have been 2012. I went to I believe the conference was called an I Can Do It conference. It was run by Hay House in Los Angeles in the Burbank area. And all the big names at that point in time were there, from Dr. Wayne Dyer was there, Doreen Virtue, Brian Weiss. I tell you, sometimes I pronounce things correctly, and sometimes I don't pronounce things correctly. And it's 10 times, like, try going live. Seriously, it's 10 times harder pronouncing things correctly when you're live. Seriously, you hit go live and I lose at least 50 points of my IQ. But I don't care because it's fun still. Kristen, I see you. How can I get a private reading? I will reach out to you after I'm done with my mentor this afternoon, because I'll probably hop on really, really quickly. Okay, back to the story, because if I talk too much, I forget the story. I Can Do a conference. All the great names were there. I chose to start the afternoon with Doreen Virtue in one of her conferences. And the first thing that she did basically was take us into a meditation, say partner up with somebody in the audience and give each other a reading. And I'm like, hang on a second. I came here to see you and to get readings from you. I did not want to give a reading, because I've never given somebody a psychic reading before. So I was like, oh, hell, just let it go. Oh, there's might have been my first one. Sorry, Mom. Although AT double hockey stick isn't that bad, because sometimes I say fuck. Okay? All right. So I'm all fired up because I want to learn from her. I don't want her to make me try to be, okay, but I'm going to try it. So I just let go of all inhibition and translated and shared with this woman weird flashes, visions that came into my mind. I noticed that I was very clairvoyant right off the bat, meaning I got visuals, and all of my senses work now in a way that I understand how they're working, but at this time I didn't. I noticed there was this big, weird cartoon black cat in my field, and then this little cartoon airplane flying through my field. And I shared them. They both had incredible significance for her, and it gave me a boost of confidence. Actually, they had so much significance that she stood up in the audience, in the room of everybody, and was like, this girl right here. See, but she was pointing to me, and I was Buddha. But I didn't know I was Buddha. I didn't know I was good at this shit. But I did like that she shared. That felt good. What felt weird was that I didn't honestly feel like I could return her excitement about the reading that she gave me, because it just felt okay. She also saw two flashes. She saw lavender, and she saw like the Eiffel Tower, but it wasn't the Eiffel Tower. It was some other structure. And if you've been around a while, you may have heard me tell this story before. It wasn't until 6 months later, I was outside redoing my Zen garden, and I turn around to walk inside, and I stop dead in my tracks, because one side of my house is there, of my front door is a giant lavender bush, and on the other side is the exact, it looks like the Eiffel Tower, but it's not. It's a garden structure, and it's got a fleur-de-lis on top. Okay? So I wished that I was like, oh my gosh, I did not get her contact information. I'm not going to be able to tell her how actually spot on she was. What I do now when that happens is, for anybody, how many of you guys out there do readings for other people? Send some love, likes, hearts across the screen, or let me know in the comments if you are a healer, an intuitive, a visionary, and you do read for clients and they don't resonate with it. Just transmute as quickly as you can. Take a breath. We're always learning and growing in this process too. So your lesson is, how quickly can I transmute and not get in my own way? Okay. Know that this is how it works and how it happens. And I just let my clients know that's okay, actually, that you don't resonate with it. I want you to put this in your back pocket and know that sometimes our interpretation of something is a little too spot on. It's like we need to look at something through a different interpretation or a lateral view, and you might have something click in your mind over the course of the next week. So put that in your back pocket, because in the right time, you will know it. And I shift it from something that is my fault, that my psychic ass obviously didn't get right, because it's not that, right? And so I shift it into an invitation that, oh, how beautiful, this hasn't fully revealed itself to us yet. That makes sense? Let me know if that was helpful for any of you powerful healers out there. It's an interesting experience as a human to one, have all your skills turned back on and remember, oh yeah, I'm a master. Oh yeah, I agreed to wake up to forget I was a master and to wake up to it in real time in this life and to help others and change the planet. It's a very unique experience. And we need places where we can be together and we can talk about this process. We can laugh about this process. All right, if this has been helpful to you, I'm going to invite you to please share this out. There's someone in your life who will benefit from this information that has been brought forward today. Thank you all so, so much. If you don't know, we're moving into a very exciting time at the Akashic Academy. We're gearing up for, which starts 1 week from today, I believe, one of our 2 mastermind events, in-person events, vortex training immersion, which is, it's like the Celestine prophecy in real life. Yeah, that was truly my inspiration for building these retreats. And this is number 5 now. And it's one of my absolute favorite ways that I get to show up on the planet, is taking you all into the vortexes for the really deep Jedi training, the transformative training. And that's coming up next week. So if you don't see me for a little while, I'll pop in and out. I might not be able to come on to do a full Akashic Answers with Emily between now and then. But I will keep you guys involved in what's going on behind the scenes. So stay tuned here at the Akashic Academy. Stay tuned on stories especially. And I love you all so much. See you soon.